Good morning, family and friends. 1 Corinthians 15 and 10. But by the grace of God, I am what I am. I'm going to speak to you from the subject, but by the grace of God. Many of us have uttered, and I've even sang that old spiritual song, I made it. I've been through the storm and rain, but I made it. Heartache and pain, but I made it. Many of us from back home will remember it was a familiar and marked song for Reverend William Maxwell. I made it. That expression, I made it, is a statement that implies that achievement in the midst of overwhelming circumstances and cards and decks stacked against you has occurred, is a proclamation of accomplishment for someone who had everything going against them, but in spite of it, I made it. But by the grace of God, no matter how long the journey, I made it. No matter how rough the terrain, I made it. No matter how many valleys and mountains I had to traverse, but I made it. But by the grace of God, I made it. No matter what's been thrown my way, I made it. But we have to understand that by declaring we made it, does not mean we have achieved our ultimate goal. It just means we've accomplished one goal. It's not a permanent victory. As long as we live in this world, as long as there is breath in our body, as long as we are mortal, every achievement is temporary. So don't celebrate too long, for lest we be caught in the midst of celebration and life is still going on. See, troubles don't stop. Problems don't stop. The devil does not take a vacation, and so we can't marvel too long at where we have come from, where God has brought us from, because another challenge is going to come. Because sometimes in the midst of the celebration, we forget who it is that brought us. But by the grace of God, I made it. Many of us reach a point in the midst of our celebration where we no longer declare I made it, but we declare that I got it made. I have it made. Self-sufficient, arrogance. I have a degree. I have a good job. I have a good family. It's because of my lifestyle. It's because of my denominations. We get cocky. We get overconfident, and we declare that I got it made. I made it is an expression of joy and relief. I got it made means I'm right here. I'm not going any further. There is nowhere else for me to go. I'm already at the top. Well, I stopped by to tell you there is somewhere else for you to go, and that is down. The reality is when we reach a point of that self-sufficiency, that arrogance, where we no longer need God, we are dead in the area of achievement. There is no need for God. There are no more milestones, no more things to accomplish, no more improvements, because we've arrived. When we begin to think that this is about us, we forget that if it had not been for the Lord who was on our side, but by the grace of God, I am who I am. But by the grace of God who saw me through danger seen and unseen, but by the grace of God, I wouldn't have the job that I have. But by the grace of God, I woke up early this morning, clothed in my right mind. But by the grace of God, we have not gotten it made. if it had not been for the Lord on our side. But by the grace of God, brothers and sisters, let's not forget that today. But by the grace of God, I am who I am. God bless and keep you.